Girl, it is Sunday, September 7th. How are you doing? How have you been? Because I don't know about you, but it has been a week for me. Mostly work related, but a week nonetheless. Craziness. But we are here. We made it to Sunday. Thank you for being here with me. Let's just hop into it. Today, we are talking about friends versus allies because there is a difference. So let's just get into it because it's important. In our big age of 40 and plus, 40 and something, okay? It is important to make sure that we align ourselves with not only our friends, but allies. And here is why. Let's start with the napkin theory. Do you know what the napkin theory is? Because I looked it up. I researched it. I watched a few videos. Apparently, there was this monk who gave the analogy of your success in the form of a napkin. Just bear with me. If you take a napkin, right, and you place that napkin in your hand, and then you pinch the center of the napkin, you can correlate that to your success. You moving upward, elevating yourself, but the four corners of that napkin, let's go ahead and symbolize those for the people that are in our lives. That could be parents, significant others, whoever. Put someone at each corner of that napkin. Now, if you look at that napkin being pinched from the center as yourself, elevating and getting higher and higher and higher, the people that are at those four corners will see it as you separating, you moving upward, you leaving them behind. And that tends to cause fear and sometimes jealousy and sometimes anger. And then you may even start to sense that the people that we have at those four corners are trying to pull us back down to where they are. A lot of times, like I said, out of fear that your elevation means that you are leaving them behind. But as you continue to grow and as you continue to pinch that center of the napkin, what happens? Well, eventually the four corners lift up too with the napkin. And what the monk was trying to describe, I think his name is Deepak. I could be wrong, but what he was trying to describe is that we only see when the success of a person is going onward and upward, and we take it as or some people take it as that person is leaving, that person is leaving me behind, that person should be down here with me. Why are they elevating? Where are you going? Where are you going? Right? And instead of seeing as, because it's in the moment, they don't see that your elevation eventually pulls them up as well. And so that's what we're talking about today, because I want to surround myself with people who get that, with allies who understand that my growth is also your growth, and that you don't have to pull each other back by those four corners of that napkin, trying to keep me at a certain level. We are growing, and eventually, as I grow, those four corners pull up with me, and then the whole napkin is in the air. You get what I'm saying? So we are attracting allies, and we are now really, really getting very, very particular about who we surround ourselves with friend-wise. As we get older, friendships shift, but our allies become critical. I hope the napkin theory made sense, because we're diving in. This episode might be a little bit lengthy, but we're diving in. Okay. Welcome back to 40 something and nothing. I'm Elisha Maria Gray, and today I want to start with that simple truth that we just went over. At this stage in our lives, we don't need more friends, girl. We don't need more friends. We need more allies. While friendship and your friend circle, it can be a beautiful thing. But allies are those people that I like to call the dream keepers. It's the people who see your vision, believe in your growth, and are willing to push you forward even when it's uncomfortable. Because our friends tend to make our life comfortable. We need people in our lives that are going to shake it up and make things a little bit uncomfortable so that we can keep propelling forward. Okay. As women in our 40s, stepping into our strongest years yet, it's not about how many people are around us. It's about whether we have the right people beside us. And that's what we're talking about today. True friends, you should be able to count on one hand, honestly, at this big age. It should be no less than 5. If you are surrounding yourself with tons and tons and tons of people, and all of these people are considered your friends, that's given strange to me, because friendship, true friendship, can only be built on history, shared experiences, and emotional connections. So how are you developing that with a mountain of people? It should be literally one hand, the one hand rule. And if you are now counting and you're going past that one hand rule, then you really need to start taking inventory, taking stock of who you have in your life. Because not every friend has the capacity to really be that support in every single stage in our life. You get some gems, because I have a gem as well. My bestie is a gem as well. I have my college roommate is definitely a gem as well, where not only can they be a friend in the capacity in terms of making you feel more comfortable, but they can also push you toward your vision and call you out on your crap and make you feel sometimes uncomfortable, because they know that you have something in you, a gift that you need to get yourself to that next level, right? But if you are surrounding yourself with tons and tons and mountains of friends, and are you telling me that for all of these people, that all of this is built on your history, your shared experiences, and your emotional connections? No, it's not. Okay, we're going to have to take stock of who is truly a friend and who you may need to start moving away from. And then when we talk about allies, an ally is someone who believes in your purpose, even if they don't fully understand it. I can tell you sometimes the ideas that come to my head, and I just up and run with them. The people that are closest to me can let you know for sure. Sometimes it's giving crazy. It's like you're up and you're moving to Jamaica out of nowhere. Now you're in California again. Now you're in San Diego. Like, what? But they get it. They get that I have a purpose. And even if they don't fully understand it, they are the dream keepers. They keep me going. They give me that oomph that I need to understand that it's not going to always be comfortable and it's not going to always make sense to everyone. But the point is that it makes sense to me. And they believe in that purpose and continuously push me forward, challenging me at every step of the way to continue to grow, not just comfort me, not just tell me things that I want to hear. I'm supposed to be working on the skincare line, you guys. I'm supposed to be doing that. Normally I don't really share a lot, but I'm being as transparent as possible. One of my besties called me up and was like, "Where's the line? Like, what are you doing?" That's literally what she said. Like, what are you doing? That's what I mean by having allies around you, someone who's going to challenge you, someone who's going to push you to continue to grow and get you out of that comfort zone. An ally also is there to open certain doors for you, share certain resources and provide you with certain tips and tricks that you may not have had they had not told you. And they really advocate for you, even when you're not in the room. Sometimes we have people who are around us that even when you are in the room, you can feel that they are really not being supportive. They are having conversations and not including you in them. They understand that you have certain business ideas going, but they don't bring them up when they know that certain doors could be open for you as well. It's given weird sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it really be given weird. And then it comes down to sometimes making you feel like is that they're trying to compete with you, instead of understanding that as an ally, though, we can collaborate and celebrate each other wins, because there's enough for everyone. I 100% feel like if you are able to have a friend, someone close in your life that is also an ally at the same time, you are just consider yourself blessed, okay? You are highly blessed and highly favored, because those type of people are very far, few, and in between. A lot of times it's the ones that are closest to you that mostly don't support at all, that you feel like you can't get a promo out of them, a post, sometimes not even a like. You're like, I just posted that and you couldn't like it or nothing. And I'm blessed to say that most of the friends that I have in my life are also my allies. So if you can have both, then that's amazing. But if not, then we really need to start clearing out the ones that are not, just propelling us to our next level. If that's not the energy that is given, then you have to let it go. Again, we are not here to compete with one another. We are here to collaborate and celebrate, because there's enough to go around, At this age of 40, it's a season of building our legacy, not just passing time. I mean, I did the friendship thing, and I've lived 44 years, okay? And I can say that at this stage in my life, the women that I want in my circle, I want it to be about building legacy, building generational wealth, breaking generational curses. We are not just passing time for us and giggles, if you know what I mean. Like we are focused and we are working on things, because we all have a vision. We have a vision, we have career aspirations, we have our families and our futures. And so, yeah, I'm not just going to be sitting around just passing time. Like, you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who are going to propel, okay, and not pull you down or pull you back or become jealous because they see that, like that napkin theory, that little pinch that you're elevating, and they feel like they're still stuck in the corners. You're not. I'm telling you that you're not. Eventually that whole napkin is going to lift up. And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person, when I lift up, we all going. Okay? We are all welcomed. Also, allies just, again, they help you to stay accountable, and they align with your bigger goals. So if we're sitting here and we're taking stock and we're going through who we have on our team, who we have in our circle, who do we consider a friend, and who do we consider an ally, and who we may consider may not be either one of those things, they got to go. Okay. Those people, I'm telling you right now, those ones, they're the ones that got to go. But ask yourself, do they celebrate my growth, or do they feel threatened by it? Can I just be completely, before I even move on to the next bullet point that I have, because I have notes here that I am following, before I even move on to the next thing, can I just be completely transparent that when I first started this podcast for season 1, I was in such a bad space, such a bad energy. And I don't think many people knew that, because I'm so private and I kind of keep everything to myself. I did that. I felt threatened by the growth and the success of my own husband. I'm just being completely honest. There was a point where my husband he's really well known. He's a motorcycle stunter in Jamaica. So many people know who this man is. And I'm not just talking about regular people. I'm talking about celebrities and everything. He's been in tons of music videos, and it's just, he does quite a bit, right? And there was a period where things were slow for him. But then a shift happened and things started to pick back up. And I felt like, he had less and less time for me. And he was always, and mind you, he still tried his best to stay connected, On video shoots, he would still call. On the motorcades, he would still call. Bike shows, he would still FaceTime, doing all the things that he could to keep that connection going, even though he was super busy, right? And I 1000% appreciate him for that. But I felt like his success, him going to that next level, that pinch of that center of the napkin, was leaving me behind. And I really felt threatened by it and a little bit jealous, if I must say so myself. But I was in such a negative place. And then now that I've been working on myself and doing the research and doing the meditation and doing all the things, I now see his success totally different. I see him as inspiration. My husband is such a go-getter, and I see him now as someone that I want to meet when he gets to the top, which he's definitely going there. I want him to look to his right and see his wife. Not because he had to pull me along, but because while he was working and striving and doing all the things that he needed to do, I was getting myself together, getting my life in order, getting my mind right, my skin right, my weight right, my everything right, my money right on my own, right? With the help of my ancestors and everything, and met him at the top so that when he looks over to his right, he will see his wife there, okay? And so it's no longer a threat to me because now my mind is right. Now my mind is clear. Now I understand that as his wife, I am his biggest ally, his biggest supporter, his cheerleader, his support system, and I'm no longer threatened by his success. That man is doing great. And I am so proud of him now. I don't know what was wrong with me that I took it as a sign of him leaving me behind. That scared me. That freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. I was butthurt and threatened and jealous and envious, the whole nine. And now I get it. He is doing amazing. And now that I'm able to work on myself, I'm like, no, that's my inspiration. I want to be just like my husband. I want to be that man when I grow up. Okay. And so that's what I'm saying about you having allies and that support around you to just give you the momentum and see your vision, even if it doesn't make sense, but, see it and do their best to give you that support that you need to get you to the next level. So yes, we are identifying this with the people that we have in our life right now. Do they celebrate my growth, or do they feel threatened by it? Do they add momentum to my vision, or are they draining my energy? Come on now. And really be for real. Be honest with yourself. Do I leave conversations with them feeling lighter, inspired, more focused, or do I just feel completely drained and lost? I really want you to really take stock of who is in your life and really ask yourself those 3 questions. Like I said, the most honest answer that I can give is that I've gone through this. I've done this to my husband, and I promise you I have done now a full 360 because I've got myself together, right? And my mind is clear now, and I get it and I understand. And the way that I want someone to be an ally for me, I'm realizing that it started with myself. I needed to be an ally for myself. Right? I needed to be my biggest cheerleader. I needed to pull myself together. I needed to understand that the mind frame and the space that I was in wasn't healthy, which is also why I went through my whole sobriety journey. I was not in a good place. And instead of being, an ally to my husband, I was really his an enemy, honestly, but he loves me. So we worked through it. We got through it. And now I try my best every day to be his biggest supporter. I even just last night, I was working on his YouTube channel with him and, coming up with the description and the photo for it, and he had posted one short, you guys, and in a matter of 20 minutes, it was already up to 500 views and all these so it's I you can't stop his growth. You can't stop the success. So you either get on board or or leave, right? It is one of those things. And so now I understand it. Anyway, talking in circles. I just want you to really take stock of who is in your life and making sure that those people are aligning with your goals, that they are dream keepers and not dream killers. Okay. If you are looking around and you're feeling like, I have no allies, I don't know what that looks like for me, then it's time to start attracting them. And how do you attract an ally? Well, you start with leading with your vision. Make your vision visible. Wake up every day and with the mindset that you are only surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, or individuals who may not be the same like mind, but they are going to propel you forward. They see the vision and they get it. Make your vision visible so that the right people find you. Be intentional. Start opening up and joining spaces where growth-minded people come together, right? That could look like anything. Wherever you're from, wherever you're living, start finding places and groups where you are surrounding yourself with growth-minded individuals. And again, I just touched on that, but the most important thing that you can do is be an ally to yourself. Give yourself value, give yourself encouragement, give yourself cheers and pats on the back, and be your biggest supporter. That's how you're going to start attracting the right allies and even the right friendships into your circle. Remember, friends can keep you company, but allies will push you into your calling. And as you're taking your stock and you're taking your inventory again, just ask yourself those 3 questions that I gave you already, okay? And maybe add one more on to it. Who do I need to release? And who do I need to attract? Listen, girl, I don't know about you, but as we grow into our 40s, our circle tends to get smaller and smaller on its own anyway, okay? Not too many people are coming with us into these new seasons that we are going to into our lives. But it should also get stronger. Your friends are important, but allies are essential. They challenge us, they support our vision, they help us to walk boldly into our next chapter. You don't need a crowd, okay? Your friends should be able, you need to be able to count those on one hand. But what you do need is alignment. People who can align with your vision. So the homework for this week is to really look who is in my life. Who do I have around me? Who is truly an ally? And more importantly, how can I be an ally to myself? And then how can I be an ally to someone else's vision? Because when we support ourselves and we support one another, then we just all rise higher together, okay? So let me give you this little affirmation. Hope you're in a comfortable space, right? And you're just going to repeat after me. I attract allies who believe in my vision, support my growth, and celebrate my wins. I actually add easily in there too while you're at it. Okay? I easily attract allies who believe in my vision, support my growth, and celebrate my wins. Thank you for tuning in to 40 Something and Nothing. If today's episode spoke to you at all, please share it with another woman that you may know who is navigating her 40s. Because we are doing this and we are doing this together. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a conversation. Leave me a review. Let me know what is resonating with you, what isn't, so that I can make sure that I'm gearing, my episodes to what you need most. You can also connect with me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the things, all the socials. Find me anywhere. And until next time, remember your 40s are not the end, it's your new beginning. And we are turning 40 something and nothing into something, okay? Something. I love you, girl. Have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday.